Let me tell you something. I'm waking up on my birthday like, and turning my phone off.
I'm gonna get a tarot read.
Okay. You're going to hear You will not be able to reach me.
Let me read your having the time of your lifeline. Yeah, I'm doing it.
That's what I will be doing. Hey.
I need to read your palm, Kobe.
Right. COVID. Man, COVID get you out of everything.
Y'all are silly.
Police pull you over like, get in the car, COVID.
You gotta fingerprint you.
Right.
COVID, you gotta.
That's all right.
It's on you, man.
Put these handcuffs on. COVID.
It was one point I had to like cuss motherfuckers out in the grocery store because like they was just like getting too close behind me. I'm like, back the fuck up.
No, they don't care anymore.
Like, I'm putting my shit on the belt, whatever they call the shit, and the nigga, he walked up behind me. Mind you, I'm still putting shit on the thing. He started putting shit on. I'm like, nigga, like I still got a link cart full of shit in here. I need space. I need this to run through twice first.
Okay.
He said that's a different cart.
It is.
That's when you got everything in there. Everything.
Link card is amazing.
You got aisles in there.
You got options with a link card. You like, I'm gonna try this time.
You got people in the aisle like you at a factory. Like,
Is this
you wear that
Mike, now you straight from the south side. Mike, now you. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back. Another episode of Real Rap Podcast, episode 22. I have it live in effect, direct to me. Right here is the, this is the whole crew right here, man.
Yeah.
What up?
Like,
what
so,
up?
officially, what are you guys going on? Because you guys are doing something as a group collectively, but all of y'all individually are killing the game right now. So when you're here like this, is this like the Power Rangers? Y'all Mighty Morphin?
Well, me and Dave like to call ourselves Welcome to Death Row.
Death Row,
you know
baby.
what I'm saying?
Death Row,
we
baby.
do whatever we want to do around here.
That's what it is. We're going to get right into it. To my direct left, I have Kells the Komic. If you wouldn't mind letting the people know, your name, how long you been in the city, how long you been in the game.
I'm Kells the Komic, like you just said. I have been doing comedy for 2.5, 3 years. I don't know. Whenever I posted it. I started before COVID, and then COVID happened, and I just kept doing it. So here we are.
Going crazy.
Wow, 2.5 years, and you
crazy.
already like popping up at the Laugh Factory. You in and out. You part of a major conglomerate. The backbone, from what I hear, keeping things running.
I'm just like the mom. It's not really
Den mother.
Den mother.
Den mom.
It's like, did you do your chores?
I love that she's so new into the game that she's still humble. I can't wait to watch all that just go away.
She's going to be like, COVID.
Yeah.
Can't talk to
She
you.
has a little Mr. Belvedere holding an umbrella for her.
As long as he's white.
With
it's
no
fine.
rain.
He's white is
Got the
cool.
sun in my face. To the middle, we have the legendary man of many talents, TJ Stokes. Why don't you go ahead and let him know what you got going on? How long you been in the city?
Yeah, it's your boy
what you got
TJ
going on?
Stokes, self-proclaimed Jote, the Joat, jack of all trades, baby. I do it all. If you don't do it, you need to do it like me, baby. I'm talking a lot of shit right now. But yeah, I've been doing comedy about 4 years now, and actually I met Dave at my buddies. I met Kells almost at my buddies. I met you at my buddies, so it's like, hey.
My nigga.
You know what the name of this group is? My niggas.
Yeah. That's a reoccurring theme on here. A lot of people Genesis start off at my buddies somehow.
My buddies was a good
man.
place.
Yeah.
Miracles.
Yeah, and then to the far left, so we can hop right in this episode, we have Dave Bradley. Young MVP in the game. Why don't you let him know how long you been in the game? What you got going on? What you go by?
What's cracking? Dave Bradley, Lord Dave Bradley. If you don't know me, it's Lord Dave Bradley. If you know me, you can call me Dave. But y'all don't know me like that, so don't call me. Nah, we chilling, man. I've been doing stand up for 3 years now. I'm a new daddy. That's what's going on in my life.
Man, shout out, congrats to that.
Shout out to the Prince. Shout out to my queen and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we here, bro.
That's what it is, bro. So, damn, like a whole, what's that, a nuclear family?
Yeah.
You got that going on for real.
Yeah, man. We doing what we gotta
Black
do.
love.
You gotta do what you gotta do. If don't nobody else do it, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's special
I
in these
like
days,
that.
And
man.
they got real love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this girl, I always tell, I was like, look, y'all got love that I don't even want. Like, that's so real. Like, I don't want
He said, I don't want
That's
that.
too much love right there.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Like
shit.
nose kisses,
Yeah,
and they wear the
everything.
shirt like I'm with
Every time.
I'm with beautiful.
We
I'm with
supporting and
gorgeous,
it's real.
yeah.
It's real support. Damn.
You know it's love when you make sure motherfucker breathing that night.
Yeah.
You stop breathing to see if they breathing. You like,
Yeah.
Hell no.
Hey, what you call it if you wake up and you plug your girlfriend's nose a little bit to see
motherfucker.
if her mouth gonna open? Like,
I think
oh.
that's called a felony.
Hey.
We'll figure it
Assault.
out. Right, like at least.
That's terrible.
A breakup.
So
Man.
a new dad. Was it what everybody said? Like when birth happened, he was like, all right, something changed immediately.
I mean, yeah, but it's nothing.
I was like, I just prestiged in Call of Duty.
I feel like I definitely hit a prestige because now he's 5 months, so I feel like I got a grasp of this stage. But
Yeah.
now he's not gonna be this stage too much longer. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, it's gonna be some new shit to learn. But it's something different than what everybody else said. Like, of course, there's little small pieces like, okay, you're not gonna get no sleep, shit like that. But
Yeah.
whatever. But like the little small details, like I guess every baby is different. So
How are you working out? Like, because there's obviously brand new duties between you and your lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And jumping off into a whole new thing without a real playbook. Everybody could tell you whatever, but you're doing
Mm-hmm.
it, basically on your own, learning with your own child. How is that communication different than, hey, we're just together? Communication.
Well, one, it's a whole nother person that somebody gotta be like responsible of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at no point in time is there like you not a parent. Like you always a parent. And I've been waiting to say this like my whole life. It's like when you have kids, you'll understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your parents used to always tell you like,
The
nah,
old
I can
school
say it.
barbecue
But
line right
it
there.
makes sense. Like it's true though, because
Yeah.
it's like now, like I'm like, damn, like how the fuck, and like we doing it together. So I can only imagine like single parents and shit. Like my
Shout out
mom
to
was a
the
single
single moms
parent
out
and
there,
shit. I'm
single
like, I
dads.
don't know how the fuck, and like I'm still trying to chase my dreams and shit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, like you got to find time to balance this shit, but it's definitely rough, but it's doable.
That's what's up. And then to my man TJ Stokes, me and you immediately shared like a kinship because we both ended up getting sober at some point in time, right?
Yeah.
What was that transition period for you, and what's it done for you?
The transition period for me was it was really tough, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It's probably one of the toughest times in my life, because I was really alone. Like, I didn't have any friends. I mean, I had friends, but like in my head, in my physical realm, I was alone. So, to get through that's why I always tell Kells, I think I'm a little clingy because when I find people I fuck with, like I need you in my life.
Sure,
you know
sure.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's going great. It makes my comedy better. I feel because I have to focus. I got to be able to deal with the nerves. I can't take the edge off. I just go up there.
You were
whatever
doing
happens,
comedy
happens.
before?
No, just sober.
Only sober the whole time?
That's dope.
I always tell Kells I don't have the luxury to not know when I'm bombing.
No, it's definitely
Yeah.
For sure.
I
You
can just
have
keep
all
going
seen
and just be drunk as hell. Oh, hey, my next joke.
That's basically how I
Light that
started
ran
out.
10
man.
Right.
minutes.
Yeah, in my first 2 shows ever, I was like obliterated, blacked out. Like they got etch a sketched out. They don't even really count. You know what I mean?
My first comedy show, like I ever got booked on, I got like shit faced drunk.
Yeah.
And like I still go back and watch the video and I just be looking at myself like, you look disgusting. Have you no shame? Like
Disgusting.
when I used to like really get drunk, like I don't really drink like that no more, but like it used to just go right to my face. So like my cheeks would get all
yeah.
rosy and high and shit.
damn.
I'm like, no, I can't go out like that.
Yeah.
Though now I try to be sober on stage, but sometimes I fuck up. I'm not perfect sometimes.
Sometimes.
And then Kells. You actually been name dropped on here. I want to say more than once.
Celebrity.
A
Stop
whole
it.
celebrity out here, and like I was saying earlier, the backbone. So, When it comes down to like Be Positive Productions, your role that you play in there, how does it feel to be held in such like high esteem?
I love it. Like I'm like I said, I'm humble about it. Like I feel like because outside of it, like these are my people, like these are my friends. So I'm like, oh, thank you guys. Like I appreciate it. And also, like, do your chores.
Yeah.
Do what I said.
Right, like, thank you. And
is that a similar role you play in other places in outside of comedy? Like, cause I mean, that's a definite skill, a tool that you could take and farm that out.
I mean, yeah, I'm the big sister. I am, like the second mom. I am, and so when I worked in corporate, like that's how I always, you have to have a certain plan, execute it that way, whatever. And I just took that approach to comedy. So I'm always like, okay, here's my spreadsheet, guys. So here's what we have to do by this time and this time, like, and that's just.
So she's a calendar queen.
Yeah, organization. Way organized. I hit Kells about everything. Like, yo, what time should I do this? Should I do this? I don't post nothing without running it through.
Hey, I'm wearing my blue shirt today. Yeah. Should I light blue jeans or dark blue jeans?
I just texted her in the car. I was like, hat or no hat? Literally, hat or no hat.
A comprehensive conversation about it too. Like, okay,
to the front or to the back?
Right. On my head or on the table. Should I go TI to put it on the table across the street and then be like it's on my head?
Hey, when I smirk, I usually tilt the right side of my mouth.
Should I go like
Is
this?
that my best angle?
Right. Lemon pepper, extra fried hard. What we doing?
But
always.
In all honesty, though, I'm just a soundboard. Like I have never been like, "Hey, TJ, you need to do exactly this." Usually, it's like, "Hey, Kells, I got all of these ideas," and boo, 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 boo. And then by the time he ends up, he's like, "Well, this is the idea I really want to do," and thank you for not saying anything. And I'm like, "Okay."
Cool.
Like, cool. And that's just like literally with all of them.
So again, this is like in my eyes, this is a multifaceted organization in production, executive producer, whatever, what have you. Many hats that can be worn by somebody with your talents. Let's say if you were to take what you do and you were getting hired by somebody else, what would your biggest suggestions be for Kevin Samuels before he died?
Damn. Shit.
Before he died, I think that, well, I don't know if he had like some type of right-hand man, like, business manager or something like that, but I think that he needed, and don't y'all jump on me, I do think that he needed some type of feminine energy as far as his publicity went, because I don't necessarily think that everything that he was saying was horrible. It's just sometimes it's how you say things more than exactly what you say. If you like, listen, you bottom end fat stupid raggedy bitch, women are not going to be like, you know what, let me listen to this guy. Like that's not something that. But if you like, listen, pick your titties up. I get it. They're a little depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like
loose change.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, maybe get a job. Like that's, or what? Like if you talk to bitches how they can receive it, I think that he would have had a little bit more protection, or a little bit more love. Yeah, a little bit more. And I think that he could have been received better because what he was saying was not like horrible.
Yeah,
it was just you were trying to do the shock jock thing, and you can't shock no black woman.
Fair enough.
Fuck you. Like so. I think that's what his problem. I think that he did not have enough people who he received him like in a loving way to be like, hey, maybe go back and say, I'm sorry, fat bottom bitches or whatever. Like, I ain't mean it like that. I meant like big boned bitches or something like that. Like say, come on. You got Lizzo out here doing cartwheels with thongs on and you acting like that. You can't do that in this climate. And you have to have somebody who's aware of the climate around you.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't really ever directly paying attention to him. I knew of him on the periphery or what have you. Right? But what was blowing me the whole time is that he never ran out of guests.
Well, because it's just like we were talking about the whole social media thing. If you are saying... Because also, the only people who like respond angrily to people online are people who are already angry. So if you're saying, hey, here's a platform for you to just be loud and angry, and we both get something out of it, because at the end of the day, even if you get hung up on, you still sharing this with your girlfriend, like, he hung up on me with his bitch ass, with his small suit. Like, you still getting some type of from it, and he's getting what he got from it. But, like, you could have shifted that for, I feel like, a more healthy situation for the collective. Because I do think that there is room for black men to give their opinions about what's going on with women. I absolutely do, and I think they should be heard. However, if you calling me all these raggedy, dumb, fat bitches, I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, you can call me a few queens. I'm here for it. Grand risings. You got to sprinkle some of that shit in there for, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in public. Like, there's public talk and private talk.
Exactly. Like, if we're going to be in public, if your platform cannot be whatever percentage of it was hate, and then when you die, people be like, "Yeah, oh my God, I'm mourning this nigga." No, not really. I'm going to eat breakfast.
Yeah,
and I'm fine.
God damn.
Well, to that point, so like, you know, I'll take clips from the show and then, you know, throw it on other socials, throw it on like TikTok or whatever. And obviously the aim is to get as many eyeballs clicking on the thing, because that's what's gonna drive it up. That's what's gonna get you any kind of money's coming in from people who are interested, right? And I'll see what'll tick up, and it won't necessarily be the stuff that I want to harp on. You know what I mean? Like a video that I got on there that's doing, you know, numbers. I'm like, all right, I see. We were having an organic conversation, and then we started talking about, let's say it's race, because it was, right? And I'm just like, I don't want every single episode. I'm sitting there just because I know that's gonna grab attention. But I mean, some people are comfortable doing that. I mean, you got TJ Stokes over here, who's like, Prince. He had like 2 decent songs,
maybe 3.
The rest was trash.
Maybe 3.
More stay in the times for life.
Bars.
For life.
For life.
Man.
Underrated.
Man.
And then you'll just see his socials explode. Like, oh.
And what I tell Kells, sometimes I post shit and just turn the notifications on. And I forget about it.
And be having like a beautiful day and come back like, did you see what the
He opens his phone.
105 comments.
I don't even see it. She'll send me a screenshot. I'm like, oh shit, damn.
There's nothing but the mind blown emojis and the mad faces with the double horns. He's like, yep, another day at the office.
Done. My work here is done.
I mean, but that's what the culture is now, unfortunately. Like, if it's some fuck shit, if it's some like negative shit, if you can like be loud and fake proud or whatever, then people gonna do that. But nobody's really like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like, I love that. Can we talk about positive love and light? How are you growing?
Sure.
What about your self-care? Like, no one ain't getting no shit about that.
I wonder, especially in this business, does morals play any role whatsoever? Because you got Machiavelli. Talking about the end justify the means. You know what I mean? As long as you're getting what you accomplish.
Justify the memes. That's all it is.
So,
Justify the memes.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say on the surface level.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it does. It doesn't seem like morals is playing a big role in like how people are portraying themselves. However, the people who actually succeed, like from more than like, I was in this little bar club or whatever, have had some type of morals, because you need morals to carry on connections. You need morals to make these appointments. You need morals to be this brand or this person who you're trying to. So like on the like surface level, it's like, no, y'all out here doing whatever the fuck just to get clicks and likes. But in real life, when somebody's signing their name for money, you got to have some type of morals, because they got to know that I'm not wasting my money. So it's in there. It's just whether or not you'll choose it, and that defines whether or not you're really gonna succeed. So
motherfuckers don't have no morals.
at all.
None.
Hell no.
Expound.
Just doing anything, and nobody can, like, there's no checks and balances like in the world. Like, nobody can tell you wrong. Like, it's like, oh, you don't know. Like, how do you know? Like, damn, like I could have went through the same shit 100 times and tell somebody like, oh, this is what you need to do, and then be like, I don't want to listen to that. And then it just take one more person. They're like, oh, this person told me this. Like, I just told you that last week. And you thought I was crazy. But I was trying to tell you what was wrong. But people just do what they want to do. Anything for attention, likes, and fake love. It's all. I hate all this social media shit. I really do.
So Dave, is that like a individual thing, or is that like a? Because I feel like the reason why that doesn't happen to like us or whatever, because like behind closed doors, TJ will tell me, hey, that joke was trash. And fix it. And like, here's what. Also, I heard you do this. Don't do that shit no more.
Yeah.
Okay, and like move on, and like vice versa. Like, there's a collective where there's actual checks and balances. Like you said, I feel like you have to choose to be in the environment of checks and balances.
I feel like most people don't.
Right.
Most people don't want somebody to check them, like, because that's triggering or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody has been through
And check
some
yourself.
trauma and some shit.
Yeah.
Check yourself firstly.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, like, if
People don't do that no more.
if
I've
ain't
said
nobody
shit to
gonna do
Kells
it.
before, and I've apologized to Kells like the next day, and she wasn't even thinking about it, but it didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have some kind of morals. So
You're a
people
man
don't
of
have
the
that no more.
cloth.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of cloth we talking?
Yeah,
K&G
better,
cloth? K&G cloth?
It's really hard to give anybody advice when you really boil it down. I always, if I'm gonna give somebody advice, I always tell them I'll give you 2 pieces of advice. First piece of advice: don't listen to anybody's advice, and then I'll tell them, you know what I mean? Like I'm horrible at golf. I like to go out there. There's a Jamaican guy that rocks with me every now and then, right? And first time I ever went out there, and he's good. You know what I mean? He's smacking all over the place, and I'm sitting there the whole time, and I'm doing horrible. And I was like, hey man, you got any pointers? It's like, oh yeah, for sure. And you know, we get done. I was like, why didn't you say nothing earlier? He's like, oh, I don't never give anybody advice unless they ask.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And it clicked for me immediately, because if at any point in time he would have walked up to me and been like, hey bro, why don't you widen your stance?
Right.
Actually aim at the ball. You're using your putter on the drive, my boy. I would have been like, sucker, fat monkeys. You know? Like, who do you think he is? Like, hey, show me your big check, like the big check, like this size, and then tell me what you gotta tell me, though, bro. Is you wearing a red shirt? No. Then why don't you go back to your little tiger cave, bro?
Red shirt every Sunday.
Hey.
Who the fuck is you?
Yeah, but when he hit me with it like that, immediately it clicked to me, and I was like, oh yeah, don't nobody want advice unless they asking, even if they desperately
Need the advice.
need the advice, man.
Yeah.
But it's hard if you see somebody stumbling around, though. You know what I mean? You want to interject, but if you don't have a personal relationship with them,
Yeah, you leave him alone and watch him fall. And watch him fall. You got to mind your business at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This shit is all fucked up.
this city,
Hell nah.
Dave.
Dave is wild.
It's all fucked up.
Hell nah.
We are in Revelations. God damn it.
I mean,
It's all fucked up.
it is a
We
lot
gotta
of fuckery.
be.
That's funny.
We gotta be in the last days. We gotta be.
And it's weird because it's like, if you talk on it too much, are you a hater? If you don't talk about it enough, are you like perpetuating a problem? Then it's like, who are you? Yeah, it's a lot of fuck shit.
I don't know. Like it's so easy to just be against something. Like if somebody has a video up of like kittens kissing the feet of like Jesus after he returned, it's gonna have if it has 12 billion likes, it's automatically gonna have
Trash.
It's gonna have like 1 billion dislikes.
Yeah.
It's just easy to.
Yeah.
That's just a part of the thing. It's fun to some people to an extent. It
Yeah.
has to be.
Absolutely.
But I mean, at least in these days, I know you're saying we're going down a bad. But I'd rather have my thumbs up be like in my YouTube feed than be like Caesar and I'm on the ground and some dude's holding a battle axe over me, because it's the exact same concept, bro. I didn't like the way you fought Maximus Aurelius. It died.
Hey.
Shout out to the Stoics, man.
Yeah. For real.
Shout out to the Stoics, man. Nah, this shit is. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right.
There's definitely some, like, come on, like.
Nah, this shit is trash though. It's social media is a problem.
It is.
It's a problem.
Like all of us being tied together
it's a
immediately.
It's a
Yeah,
problem.
it is.
Instantly being
It's a
able to
problem.
say what's in the middle of your head at 11:30 at night. You
That's
offer
some wild
2 bottles of
shit.
Casamigos.
It's some
Like-
wild shit.
Think about life like maybe, I don't know, 40 years ago. I wasn't here obviously, but so I'm speculating.
He say
but-
obviously.
I'm speculating. But like, you know, like if you say you wake up, your whole day you might hear 5 or 6 people's opinions throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole day.
And they was old heads. Half of
Somebody that live in your house, your girl, your husband, whoever, some niggas at work, nigga on the bus stop or some shit, and then you back at home.
Yeah.
Like, now, as soon as you open your phone, as soon as you wake up, 6 o'clock in the morning, you're like, let me see what the world talking about today.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And just be on here just...
Yeah.
You on the toilet for 20 extra minutes because you just been scrolling.
Legs
And
numb.
you like, this nigga said, what? Then you see TJ shit on Facebook. He
Right.
like, this nigga tripping.
What?
This nigga tripping, yo.
Did he just say Sonic the Hedgehog's better than Super Mario?
Yes.
Where's he at right now?
right. Playing Mario Brothers and shit.
On Nintendo
Hey,
64.
did he just say he the Toad is the best Mario Kart driver?
Right.
I'll kill this.
Oh shit.
But yeah, nah, for real, because I mean, back when I was growing up, there was still house phones when I was in like high school, and there was definitely some times, or even later than that, like when I was in the military early on, early 2000s, I still had like a house phone, and there was definitely some 12:30 a.m. phone calls I was making, and whoever didn't pick up, and then the next day after I got over my hangover, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy that person didn't. But now you just like. I know it's been 9 months.
Texting,
Seeing everything.
Facebook
And
statuses
and then you gotta
you
live with
recording
that.
yourself crying on Instagram.
Wow.
What do you want from me?
I just saw and it can't be. So there is a certain level. It feels like fakeness, but if you're 25 and younger, this is actually a part of your life, and I actually have to put that in my brain that it's not. This is literally what raised people to an extent, because the TV raised me to an extent, right? I was just on World Star Hip Hop, my number one source for news, first thing in the morning.
Damn.
Still, it was
He
still.
said still.
And I don't even got the app. I go to the website, bro.
HTTP.
Yeah, I just know that I know the app is gonna just bury my phone with all kinds of diseases. But no, I just popped in there. And I saw there was a video of a dude. It doesn't get any realer than this, and my mind was like hot and cold at the time, because I was like, if this feels fake, but this is as real as it gets. Is a guy was recording. He put himself on live. His brother had just committed suicide, shot himself in the head in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and then so he's on, I can't believe this. My brother just shot himself in the bathroom. There's people in the house, they're crying, screaming, wailing, you know what I mean? And he walks down to the bathroom, flips the camera around, he's showing his brother, it's like pixelated out. And then he goes up, he goes back to the living room, switches it around, and starts doing this live thing, talking to the thing, making it basically about himself.
Nigga making content.
That's he was making content at the ambulance ain't even here yet. Like he's still.
I gotta go on live.
He's still on the floor. You know what I mean?
Numbers up. Get these numbers up.
You know what?
Engagement
And
was
so
low.
in my mind, like, is that his motivation, his drive? Is it, hey, I need to get these numbers up, I need to make this content, or is it like, this is actually so much a part of my life?
I think it's normal. I think that's it.
This is normal that I'm telecasting.
Don't see nothing wrong with that.
Right. You didn't even
Craziest.
know that was crazy. And that's that. And I think that some of that ties into like mental health. Chris Rock said it on Tambourine. He was like, his parents had such and such hours of communication. He said from like their entire, they were married like 20 years or something. They had like so many hours. And he said within like 5 or 10 years or something of him and his wife being married, they had more hours than the communication than him and his wife, because it used to be you go to work, you come while you at work, you're at work. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can.
No texting.
That's it. It's no texting. It's no calling. It's no, hey, I saw Cheryl liked your post about, because ain't nobody posting.
Right.
But now it's just it's so much overload that you don't even know what you focus on, because you focus on everything. And if you did not start out with grounding, like I don't think that he probably had, then yeah, you're doing all type of stuff willy-nilly, because that's fake now a part of your grieving. You have grieved with somebody else on social media, and now this is how you interpret how to grieve, and that is crazy. Yeah. But it's also not just his fault, it's the media's fault, because when somebody gets shot by the police, you know what they do? Click upload it,
and
it's going, and that's affecting your mental health. You got to do that, and then you got to go work for a white man that look like the person that shot somebody that looked like your cousin.
Negativity. More people know about LeBron James' son taking a white woman to prom or whatever than they know LeBron James sending people to school.
Agreed.
It's crazy.
They want that positivity.
Yep.
They want to run the numbers
Talk about
up
some
in every
bullshit.
aspect of life.
Yep.
Talk about some bullshit. That's all they want to do.
It's a shame. That's crazy.
That's like kind of like the human condition is that we have to complain about shit to make things. You know what I mean? Somebody back in the day was like, "Man, the moon ain't made out of cheese." Yeah, right. I'll fly there one day. Fly. You mean like birds? Yeah. I'll show you.
I'll show you. Hey, I can piss Kells off right now. You can be in a relationship, hold the door for your girl forever, and it is just normal. The one time you don't do it, I noticed
Definitely
that you didn't hold the door for me.
Okay, so in that defense,
Explain that.
No, in that defense, if you are doing consistent behavior and then it changed, it is the woman's duty to say, "Hey, it's the duty, yes, to say, hey, I noticed that there was some inconsistencies and I just wanted
one
to see."
time,
One
time, it was a fly in my fucking eye.
Okay, well then you got to say that. Hey, baby, it's a fly in my eye.
Hell no.
Say something. But if there's an
crazy.
Inconsistency and the woman lets it go past, she is just as fault as.
She changed the whole look.
Yes, because you tried it. Because you tried it.
Or it could just be that we got to
No.
the driver's side door first. You could just walk around, and I'll have the door unlocked for you by the time you get
Boom.
there.
Bingo, bingo.
What he said
Why do I got to make 2 trips? I got to make a whole orbit around the car.
Everything.
Okay.
But if we coming in on your side first,
But if you're going to switch up the routine, you got to send a memo, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
like, you can't just
Lord.
switch up the routine and expect me to be like, hey,
It all got to get pre-approved. I didn't get your memo to approve.
Pre-approved, but at
Lord
least say
Jesus.
something.
Yeah, put
like,
PTO
come on,
in
okay.
and shit.
I'll say something. It's over.
Okay, let's flip the scenario. Let's say she cooked chicken a specific way all the time, and all of a sudden now it's a little extra paprika or something. You're not gonna say something like, "Hey, baby, this shit is a little nasty."
Nah, because as long as it's fried hard, I don't really give a fuck.
See, you part of the problem.
Yeah,
You was
true.
part of the problem.
Extra
are we ever
lemon
gonna
pepper.
get over that though? That LeBron James' son just happened to be with a white woman.
I am. I'm over it.
Of course, y'all gonna be over
Who
it.
cares?
Like who? Like really? Like I have a million jokes about it, but like I really
Sure.
don't give a shit about it. Like
Sure,
I'm not
sure.
going. Like people are like really like on the internet writing dissertations and shit about it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like it's one. Okay, think about where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
he not in fucking Inglewood and shit. Like he in fucking Calabasas or some shit. Where,
Yeah, right.
The population in America itself of black people is already low. Like,
Right.
you go to Calabasas, that shit is very minimal.
Yeah.
So you in school with fucking Joe Rogan daughter or some shit. Like all the celebrities and shit. Like, oh yeah, all our kids, we send them to this school. Who you finna be around?
Yeah.
And I mean, we can't say that he, dating that girl or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't have did it, but you do what you do in your life. LeBron did it too, and he turned out all right. Right. Got his black queen on his side. You know what I'm saying?
Is black racism different than white racism?
Yes, because there ain't no such
Ain't no
thing
black
as black
racism.
racism.
Yeah. We can say what we
Can't
want.
be racist.
We
can say definition.
There's no such thing as black
We
racism.
can say what we want.
And you can add me at Kells the Comic. We can talk
That's a
about
fact.
it.
With a K.
Come on now.
That seems like the only actual, not because it wasn't. You're not gonna get 40 acres and a mule, but the right to the truest, freest speech in America
Yes.
was awarded after the civil rights movement.
Listen, people try to act like black women or women or whatever are so like, why do you care that a black man is out with a black woman? Like, because we out here fighting real demons, okay? Like
Oh,
the
Lord.
black man, the black man
Lord.
ratio for the black woman is low. It's all type of shit coming from them. The community coming for them. White women is coming for them. Video games is coming for them. All type of shit is coming for them, okay? And so it's like, you want me to be like, yes, another one bites the dust. No, I'm not happy
Is it
about
really
but I'm
biting the
also
dust?
not mad about it either. Yes,
Is it
dead,
really?
biting the dust.
Oh,
Literally,
Lord.
I heard it be dusty. Listen,
I
okay?
heard it be dusty.
Listen, okay? And I mean, that's just, it is what it is.
I do say, I believe that on the respect spectrum, when it comes to the world, there's pretty, and I'm not saying this with any mouth, I'm not saying this to poke fun, but as far as starting off with an amount of respect, black women are basically at the bottom.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Flamboyant black guys flamboyant gay black guys are the only thing that could possibly be tied or maybe winning.
I would say they ahead of us because at least people find them entertaining. Like, come on, let's talk about it. And it's black women out here just being black women, like, oh, fuck your old angry ass. And it's like, no, that's not really what's happening. It's just I was just sitting here looking. Like, what? It's we out here fighting. I'm telling you.
Is that like just what to be that level, that personification of strength, that outwardly, like, hey, I'm not weak, you're not gonna push me over. Is that a defense mechanism?
It's a defense mechanism. It is a what the fuck you just gotta do. It is
black women are mamas and daddies.
But also
8 times out of 10.
But it's like what's pushed to you because you want us to shut up, but also have an opinion and have the right opinion. And the right opinion is the opinion that I want to give you. It's like so much just going into it. And it's like if you are not in the perfect little package, like having these antiquated ideas in this cookie cutter ass idea, like or in this cookie cutter package, it's like, oh, angry black woman, stop it. Don't want to hear no more about what she got to say. That's wild. And I don't know why, but we going back to Kevin Samuels. That whole when bitches call in, when bitches call in and you hanging up, I ain't got time for this, and hanging up on them, like, yeah, but that's also triggering because, like, on just a regular basis, black men are dismissive to the black woman's opinion. She could be stupid, but let her get her stupid ass shit out and then be like,
though. If I don't like your delivery, you're not gonna talk to me.
But you delivering shit crazy
Watch
too.
your tone and keep your hands on the hood.
It's like a roller coaster. Keep your hands inside at all
But you
times.
don't get to be a whole roller coaster, and I don't get to scream. That's what I'm saying. The
then-
purpose of
but-
being on the roller coaster is you get to scream.
But if I'm not screaming, you don't scream.
That ain't wrong
But
answer.
if you scream, then
can-
you talk to somebody else who let you scream.
See, that's
it's
what I'm
very
saying.
easy.
And now you got the toxicity just.
That's toxic because I have respect for myself.
Respect for myself. It's not about having respect for yourself. How come you can't have respect for everybody in the room?
I don't respect people who don't respect me. I'm not that easygoing like you.
She's so nice.
Right. I tell her that all the time. I'm like,
so
you too
sweet.
nice, Kells. These people gonna run over you, man.
It's so sweet.
Do you about how old are you, Dave?
26.
26. Do you?
I be high and forgetting shit sometimes.
Fair enough.
And he like going on
Fair enough.
62.
You've
like
only
an
been
old
in your
man.
own body 100% of your life. No, so is there like a when it comes to like your relationship and these socials, these phones, like do you schedule time away? Do you just put it down? Do y'all have an understanding, or are you guys like, hey, you're in the same room in a chat with each other, like, oh, you look so beautiful over there.
Nah, it's not. It's not more so like a conversation or anything like that. But you kind of just know, like, we probably shouldn't be on our phones this much. Like, I don't sleep with my phone in the room. Like, I try not to look at it in the morning. Like, at least until I get to work or some shit. Like, at least the first like hour or two, not to look at it. But sometimes I fuck up and I be on that bitch scrolling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not perfect, but my intention is to be on there less and less. Like, I'm ready to take a fucking break right now from just all this shit and just be like, okay,
Yeah.
I need a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because you be on it so much and you just be seeing shit, and some shit might piss you off. Some shit might trigger like jealous emotions and shit. Or why I ain't, or why this ain't, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, fuck that. You know, if it's not helping, then you know you need to take a break. And like I said, you seeing so many people's opinions, and it's really not doing anything. Like, nothing's actually happening.
Yeah.
Even like all the Facebook status and shit, like all the awareness about all the different topics and shit, like nothing's actually happening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like this shit is like fake to me.
Yeah.
Like it's real, but it's fake. Like this shit really is like the metaverse or whatever. Like it's a whole nother world like on the phone. Like we here in person, mind you, I did say I was high. So I'm processing all this right now, right?
Come on, Dave, with the
We
logic.
all here,
metaphysical.
we here in person, and like this is a real connection. But like the shit over the phone, like it just be like you said, like you just somebody hating or some shit under your comments, like somebody in fucking Japan or something just talking. And it's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, are you even really a person? Like, it's hella bots and shit on there. Like, every time you post some shit, send this to such and such. No, I will. Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know, this shit fake, and I don't know if it's because like, I feel like you said going on 62. Like, I'm 26, but I feel like I'm 45, 50 and shit. I done aged like 2 extra years since my son been born, so I'm just like, I'm getting tired of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't want to complain. I just want to just take a step back.
It's crazy how fast my finger gets to chain smoking my feed.
Like, you just get to
I mean?
scrolling. Like, let me go from, let me check Instagram. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, let me swipe up, go to Facebook. Oh, okay. TJ said, okay, cool. Let me go to Twitter. Oh, okay, boom. Let me go to this one. So, like, recently I found this app. It's called Libby, right?
Okay.
And it's like basically it's like Audible, like the book app.
Yeah.
They got like books and audio books and shit. And if you got a library card, like you get to just check shit out on your phone for free. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use this. Like, if I'm gonna be on my phone, because always I'll be like, I don't like reading books on my phone. It feel weird. I'm sitting here reading this other bullshit. Like, I'm on here reading anyway. Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, I just been downloading books and reading them. So I'm just like, I'm taking Instagram, all that shit off my phone, just read shit.
Word. Right.
Absolutely.
I got a son, man. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Time is ticking now. Time is ticking.
Heck yeah, man.
How old are you, Mike?
I'm 40. Might as well be 42. Like, literally.
Really?
I got a couple.
Fuck out of here.
I appreciate it.
Don't crack.
I basically got a couple of weeks, and then I'm crossed over to that bridge. You know?
All right.
Yeah, I'm talking rotary phones. My mom, I'm talking with
I remember
the
I remember rotary phones.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? People like in y'all's generation.
There.
Like,
Now I'll tell you,
I gotta make the distinction.
2.5, 3 years ago, I found out I was old. It's in my apartment right now. I'm on 47, and I was going through my gangway. There's a gate right there, and
They called that shit a gangway. They knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Of course they did. Of course they did. Yeah. I do the. I'm not even all that religious, and I do the cross every time I take the trash out. But damn, I'm holding. Sweetie's coming in. She got her 2 kids, and I'm holding the gate for her. And her youngest son walk in first, and he go, "Thank you, old man." My knees got weak. I said he didn't even know no better, but he knew it's over. I crossed over.
Disrespectfully respectful.
Oh my God!
The kids would tell you.
Should have told him, mind your manners, boy.
I'll bend you over my knee, boy.
Damn.
What was your first memory of the phone? Like, how early phones been in your life?
Right. So what I was gonna say, like the prior generation to mine, like how y'all gauge what we know and what we don't know, it's like off.
Oh.
So like you, like earlier in the podcast, you were like, if you 25, you don't remember something. I'm just like, nah, like that. The switch to like all the social media shit, we wasn't grown, but like I had experienced so much of like the old shit, and it's not just like, oh, you just may have grown up with like older people. It's like, nah, like I always say 96 is like the cutoff because like you got to experience like the best of not the best of both worlds, but like I didn't have no internet and shit like in the house, like you know what I'm saying, until I was like, I don't know, maybe 13 or some shit, like actually good working internet. Like it took a while. Motherfuckers had to all that shit. Like my mama still got a house phone. Like she said, call the house phone. I'm like, how? I know how, but I'm just like I don't want to call you on your house phone. Like I remember like leaving school, going on the house phone, calling my friends and shit, being on the phone the whole night. Just get the phone and die. I'm gonna call you back in 20 minutes. Plug it up, boom. Mama want to use the phone like cassettes. Okay, like I remember cassettes, CDs. I'm not too young for CDs. Like I love CDs and shit. Like a lot of the shit that the older generation, I don't know what the shit is called. Like I feel like y'all are still millennials, but like y'all just at the
Generation X.
Yeah.
I remember that Generation X.
Generation.
So the same difference between us is that around 13 is when you were like, that's when I got internet type shit, right?
Like I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 14.
Around 13 for me, that's when the internet like came out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my mom literally came from our next door neighbor house. Like, hey, you ever heard of the internet? What? For what?
The fuck is that?
Right, like,
Bro was on his computer and he typed it up and he could read words on an address on a what?
America Online.
Yes.
Yeah.
AOL.
Remember the
What?
CD you get like I got 50 free hours.
Yes.
They just ended up being
People
coasters.
recording
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that was wild. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of old shit. Like,
Yeah.
I was born in '95, like, but I still remember shit though. Like,
I remember printing out porn. Printing
Yeah.
porn.
TJ. Don't tell nobody
Yeah,
else
yeah.
that.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Look, he's like, that's real.
I had a wall. I had one of my closet walls was dedicated to Tyra
See?
Banks.
Oh
King
my
magazine.
goodness.
And I mean, it was to the point like I probably almost got whooped behind it because my pop was like, "You who wasted all my goddamn ink?
Who used the ink up?
Back when it was like."
Over here had to rip the sides off the thing.
I was sitting there for 90 minutes. Like, wait, I think her eyebrows done.
Here we go.
Hey, the
about to
page
go
when it's
down.
done looked like you was holding it out in the rain. It's all wet and wavy and shit.
I did not know that was a thing. Y'all
But you were asking like, what was my first memory with the phone?
Like when
or-
phones came out.
I think the first phone that I remember, like I remember brick phones and shit. Like,
Oh,
my dad had like a
green
brick phone and shit. Like,
Nokia.
yeah, Nokia, all that
the
shit.
Nokia, yeah.
Like, but Nokia's aside from the brick phone, like once they phased all that shit out, like the little very small cell phones with like Snake and shit on there. Like,
Yeah.
I like Snake was like the best game. Fuck 2K, nigga. Like
Yes.
I sit and play Snake all day.
Wait, I got a better question. What Michael Jackson was the first one you remember?
You should know the answer to that. Already.
The light skinned Mike?
Bro, when Michael Jackson
Remember the time,
died,
Mike?
when he died for like a month after that, every time I closed my eyes, I would just see like that white face.
Oh.
I'm not exaggerating. Like I just close my eyes and like it'd just be right there, like some fucking Phantom of the Opera type shit. I'm like, bro, why does this nigga Michael Jackson haunt me? Bro?
I'm actually-
Why this nigga haunt me? Son?
That's
Like,
crazy.
What's his legacy to the younger generation, like in your mind?
he the greatest entertainer
of all time?
Yeah, like I think that's like nobody's like people will argue it because we just like to argue. My point being, we shouldn't even be seeing these opinions anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, who asked you? Like, I love Drake. I'm probably the biggest Drake fan. Maybe not the biggest because niggas are impersonating him now. But I'm a very reasonable, a straight adult male version of a Drake fan.
Come on,
But I know he's not greater than Michael Jackson or shit like that. It's just the times were different. I'm not saying Drake ever could be, but the times are different. Like fame now and fame in 1985 is not even the same thing. I can go on Instagram and spam Drake enough and he'll respond to me. Like in 1990, you like, oh, Michael Jackson at Walmart up the street. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
You go up there and you're like, this nigga ain't even here.
Dang.
Now you check Twitter and she was like, oh, this nigga Michael Jackson right here. Okay,
Yeah.
Where you at?
Don't ask TJ that shit. Who's the greatest entertainer of all time? He'll be
Please.
like, what do you think, Michael Jackson? He's like, nah,
Al Jarreau.
Tank. That nigga Tank is
we just
the
talking
illest
about
performer
just
of
talking
all
about
time.
Nigga Tank go crazy.
Definitely ain't Drake.
He said definitely. ain't
Look,
Drake.
I saw looking at Dave like, oh God.
What's the biggest difference between the comedy side and the music side?
Oh man, comedy side sometimes feels like an obligation. The music side feels like I'm just having fun.
Like the response, so when you're up there, you're telling jokes, the response is immediate. Ha 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 ha, or
You like that.
but with music, like you're putting it together. All right, you might be in a cipher and you can get an immediate response from somebody from the words you say, but most likely, especially your avenue, you're actually putting out singles. Getting your album together, about to actually permit to like do it for real. What is that like? How are you getting that drug? That attention drug that's so satisfying when you have a good set on stage. Like, how are you getting it through your music?
I get it from creating it.
Yep.
Honestly, that's
Yep.
the best part of it. I like creating it more than I do letting somebody hear it.
Yep.
Like it's just the magic of you having a thought in your head and you make this song and then you can hear the song how it sounds, how it's supposed to sound in your head. So when you get it done like that, it's like, oh man. And I make shit I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So the gratification doesn't come from, it feels good. Like if I send it to Kells and she's like, yo, that's dope. Or Dave like, yo, that's dope. But I already like it. So you have to like it. So if somebody else don't like it, you still like it.
You be like, oh,
Nobody like Love Me More.
fuck
I
you.
still liked it because I made it because I liked it.
Love Me More.
It's the icing on the cake
Yeah.
when somebody else like it.
It's definitely every album I listen to. It doesn't matter if it's Ghostface, Mobb Deep, or who picking on. I just pick those guys, and then you start listening to the album, and then you come across a song like,
Yeah, I don't like this song.
Right.
yeah. But then you ask the artist, they might be like, that's my favorite track.
Yeah.
What?
That's how I go.
Yeah.
It means something to them
Yeah,
that
but-
nobody else will ever be able to understand.
Yeah, to piggyback on what TJ saying, like, because I don't know if you know, but I make music too.
Legendary
I
music.
Yeah.
But it's legendary. I appreciate it, bro. But I feel the same way. Like when like comedy and shit, like when you up there, it's like okay, like I'm in it. You creating like on stage, you know what I'm saying? But music, like if you recording or whatever, like that process of like you said, like you see it in your head. It's like in a live manifestation type of thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to wait. You can try to manifest whatever. It might take some time, but music is like you can literally see it and like hear it and feel it. Especially like, you know, if you make it some shit that you really care about, you like, I'm enjoying this, I'm having a good time. You play that shit back, you like, oh shit, like that's the best shit ever. Like you just get so much joy. And then once you like, oh, I'm gonna send it to other people, then you start like, oh shit, I don't know what these niggas gonna fuck with.
Yeah.
But you fuck with it like you said, like you fuck with it. Like I got songs that like I just listen to on my phone and nobody's ever heard.
You listening for like something different every single time, type.
I'm a huge fan of myself. Like
Word.
I'm a huge
I dig
fan.
That's a
Like
bar.
even like with comedy, like I post a IG clip, nigga. I be on my phone all day. Like nigga, this shit crazy. Nigga. This shit crazy.
I'm not mad. If this is like a little bit of me, my soul. So if I record one of my sets, whether it's just the audio, if it's the video, if I'm watching it back, I'm not watching myself. You know, first time I might watch it back and I'm like, all right, was you looking cool right there? All right, they saw your crooked teeth on the bottom row that time. Don't smile like that no more, dude. But after that first time, every other time I'm listening back to it, I'm like a straight up hype. I'm literally trying to listen to every individual laugh I can hear. You know what I mean?
You hit
Like,
one all the way in the back.
yeah.
cackling and shit.
And if I'm playing it back, I'm not listening to my jokes, none of that stuff. I can barely tell. But if I could hear like a person like ha ha, or when you know when they gotta do the when they do the Coca-Cola.
Hell no.
I gotta listen to it. I get high off of hearing the laughs
man.
back.
The laughs is something. When you kill some shit, you be like,
Oh
man,
yeah,
like, ain't
I
nobody.
need those. Those are mine.
Ain't nobody seeing me out here. You know
I soak them up like Shang Tsung.
Need that shit. Put that shit in my
Your
veins.
laughs are mine.
Drug.
Put that shit in my vein. Yeah, that shit a drug. For real, that shit is really a drug.
Straight up and down.
That's all you like. You know how crazy we actually are, like doing comedy and shit. Like, it's. I don't think it's hard, but I think it's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's like talking to yourself in public.
pretty much, and
Because
I do it
that's
so
what you
much.
do. You see what I'm saying?
classic.
Like we all telling on ourselves because the beginning of a set is you in your house going,
Right.
oh shit, let me write this down. Like
yeah.
that's how a good shit starts. Like so,
That's a
like
fact.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
a
now it's
fact.
like, okay, I'm gonna take this private conversation that I had.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it with y'all, and if y'all have the same reaction, it's like cousin.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is, and it's. I think that we call it the laughs, but I think it is the affirmation that like I see you, nigga. Like I hear that was funny to me because like, I be doing the same shit. So it's like I think that's what it is. That's for me. Like bombing don't feel like oh nobody resonate. Bombing is like y'all didn't do that. Like I feel like Chris Rock. Like it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like y'all didn't get that.
It's
Like,
cool, bro.
You know. So that's what
like
that
that.
is.
Comedians are some arrogant.
Yeah,
Because
you gotta be.
Yeah,
I think that we have to
show
be.
business in general.
Yeah, because I mean the
Anything, shit. If you own a porta potty company, you better be the most arrogant
Some.
shit house
Be the
seller
shit.
ever.
absolutely. What was amazing about Muhammad Ali
I'm the shit porta potties.
was he was a show, not just in the boxing. When he's doing his interviews, he's a show. His whole persona, like he was a brand. He was, you know what I'm saying? And I think that is what show business is because take away show business, you just in your house picking your boogers. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you in the house, no clothes, doing stupid shit. So like the purpose of entertainment is nigga, entertain me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I won't see somebody float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm thinking about that. Like, you know what? Butterflies damn sure do be floating.
sure do.
You know? And bees do be stinging.
Fish
like,
don't burn on the grill. That's
Come
for
on.
real.
It take a whole lot of trying.
Just to get, come on now.
Guess what though? Now we up in the big
Come on,
leagues.
affirmation. Listen.
Taking our turn.
You got to be one of us to even understand what just happened.
Right.
It's like, what is going on? Cousin.
It's like
It seems like they're in sync. They know the next part. Let me tell you how dumb I was. I used to watch like Thriller and shit when I was a little kid. Like, how does everybody know how to do something?
So was Thriller scary to y'all? How
One part.
scary it was? Which part? With the end?
The whole everything else I could watch, laugh, eat
Oh my-
peanut butter jelly sandwiches. As soon as Michael Jackson turned around,
That's it.
Over.
Yep.
That's
I'm
it.
like 10 years old. I
I
need a
thought that was
diaper.
a me
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Kept me
No.
up for
We
my
was all too
entire
busy
life.
dancing with the dead people.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
When he turned around,
I said, "Fuck that."
No, my dad had to like explain it to me because I was like crying, like, okay, so he's
This nigga's
really,
a werewolf.
he's really, I was like, so what's happening?
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
no, listen, Mikhail, this was like a production. I was like, okay, but so where is he now?
Wait a minute.
That shit
It
was
literally just hit me having this conversation right now. Was that old girl from the that was Craig? That was
No, that was not her.
from Love Jones.
Nia Long?
That was Nia Long.
No, Nia Long wasn't even.
In no 85.
Is that Nia Long in the
Her name
I
was
promise.
Ola something.
Look that up. Was that Nia Long?
You
in
printed
Thriller?
her
looking at all
out
that
too? You
stuff.
printed her
No.
out?
That ain't
You know how
no.
young Nia Long would have been in like 85?
Right, like
whenever
she's gonna
Thriller
have
came out.
her
Nia
88.
Long is the
routine.
epitome of Nia Long, a half a vampire. I'm convinced Nia Long drinks the blood of
auntie or some shit.
yeah. Like virgin doves every 7 years.
Shout out to
because
Nia
she-
Long. Yo.
Hey,
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah,
Nia
she
Long.
figured it out. Whatever it was,
Listen,
she figured it out.
and it's working.
I'm a fan.
I'm here for it.
fan.
I'm a fan.
Her and
Man.
Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is the same age as Morgan Freeman. But she has
I
been
am a
about
fan.
31 years
Angela
old
Bassett, boy.
as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
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 I think just like like behind closed doors, she's probably like a really angry person. I think that anger just keeps her young. Like, oh,
the
I'm
beauty.
Angela Beck. Yeah,
She got to
like,
get it out. You know what I'm saying? If she held it in, she'll look fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. She got to let that shit out.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what
She
that
looked like how Oprah would look if Oprah didn't have money.
up.
If Oprah was as fine as the money that she got,
if
she'd be
Oprah-
Angela Bassett.
We seen what Oprah looked
fine
like.
as the money.
She'd be Angela Bassett.
Oprah was just eating noodles and noodles.
Right. Give and take.
He said she'll be Angela Bassett.
Listen.
Man.
Oh my God. All right. We are at that point in time. Talk to these cats for hours, but we're gonna make sure that they get out all their socials, which is good. This is gonna take another 15 minutes to get out everybody's promo and plug. So Kells, if you wouldn't mind, let them know how they can find you, what you got going on, how they can reach out to you.
You can find me on Instagram at Kells the Comic. I host and produce a show called Women Crush Wednesdays. It's at the Wiener Circle.
Yes.
That is every third Wednesday of the month. Check that out. I think that's
Shout
all.
out Wiener Circle too.
Yeah,
by the way.
Wiener
They've been
Circle.
doing
Yeah.
it big with comedy lately.
Definitely.
A lot of shit going on.
Yeah, they like, come on in. I think that's all I want to put up right there. Yeah.
Okay. Did you tell them your IG already?
Yeah.
Kells the Comic, right?
And it's all Facebook, TikTok, whatever. It's all Kells the Comic.
Dope. All right, my man, Fresh Dolo.
DJ Stokes, you can follow me at Fresh Dolo, and you can also, because we so tight, you can see me in their stories. You can see them in my stories, because it's always
Facts.
all love. So follow me, Fresh Dolo. I'll be on I got a podcast dropping tomorrow.
Spell that
With
shit,
my
cuz.
boy EYG podcast. My boy D-Lou got me on there. It's
Shout
gonna
out
be
to
the first
Lou.
episode. Shout out to him.
Shout out,
Tune
he's
in.
real rap
And,
alumni.
Man, yeah, we in here and spread the love, because we need more love, man. Let's go.
Spread the love.
Absolutely. Oh wait, how they finding your music?
At Fresh Dolo. Everything at Fresh Dolo. Everything.
All right, so
Literally.
music, comedy,
Everything.
Right.
I don't separate it. It's
None
I
of
do whatever
that.
I want to do. Out.
Got it all in your shop.
CPS in the building.
Yeah.
PHRESHDOLO.
I rose Dolo from state to state.
State to state,
fresh.
son.
And it's
Man.
on his hat.
All right, my man
It is on
David,
his
if
head.
you wouldn't mind letting the people know how they can find you, what you got going on, man. Promo.
Corner Classic, always and forever. You know, we throwing comedy shows this summer. We back. Yeah. It's been a minute since I had the baby. Took a little time off, but we'll be back shortly. You can find my music on all the platforms and shit. Lord Dave, comedy shit, Instagram at @the.LordDave. You can follow me. If you get offended by something, you can walk away peacefully and quietly. Don't make noise on your way out.
Throw your phone in the toilet.
Don't make noise on your way out. Have a good time.
Man. Absolutely. Once again, I am Mike Knight. Mike Knight Comedy on all the things. Make sure you are like, sharing, subscribing. I'd like to give another round of applause and big shout out for the engineer, editor, everything in the background extraordinaire, Big Joe on his birthday. Gemini's rule the world. Hey, there we go. Yes, sir. Big facts.
But y'all love us.
Hey, so again, Real Rap Podcast. Follow me, Mike Knight Comedy on all the things. Love y'all. We out.
Stay safe.
Mike Knight, you free. Straight from the south side. Mike Knight. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.